Do your legs feel like they're giving out on you sometimes? Do you find yourself struggling a bit more with stairs? Or perhaps feeling wobbly when you stand up too quickly? It's a common experience as we get older, and many of us just shrug it off, thinking it's an inevitable part of aging. But what if I told you that something you might be eating every single day, something you probably think is incredibly healthy, could actually be secretly undermining your leg strength, making those everyday movements much harder than they need to be? Imagine a situation where you're trying to keep up with grandchildren, or simply walk a little further, and your legs just don't have the power they once did. That feeling of weakness, of losing your independence, can be truly disheartening. Well, there's a secret many of us aren't aware of, and it might just surprise you to learn that some common fruits, often lauded for their health benefits, could be playing a role in that decline. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 of these seemingly innocent fruits that, when consumed regularly, can actually be detrimental to your leg strength and overall mobility as a senior. We'll dive into why they're problematic and, more importantly, what you can choose instead to keep your legs strong and ready for anything. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you about how to boost your leg strength, something you might never have considered. Let's dive right into the first fruits that might be holding your legs back. And it's a category that many people consider the epitome of healthy eating, some of those wonderfully sweet tropical delights, like mangoes and bananas. Now, before you gasp, let me explain. It's not that these fruits are inherently bad in their natural state. They offer vitamins, minerals, and fiber. The issue, especially for seniors, lies in their extremely high sugar content, particularly when consumed in large portions, which is easy to do because they taste so good. Think about a big ripe mango. While delicious, it can pack a significant amount of natural sugars, sometimes upwards of 45-50 grams in a single fruit. A medium banana, often seen as a perfect snack, also contains around 15 to 20 grams of sugar. When you consume these high-sugar fruits, your body responds with a quick surge in blood sugar. To counteract this, your pancreas releases a rush of insulin, which tries to get that sugar out of your bloodstream and into your cells. This rapid blood sugar spike and subsequent crash can lead to several problems for your leg strength. Firstly, repeated sugar spikes can contribute to what's known as insulin resistance over time, meaning your cells become less responsive to insulin. This can lead to chronic inflammation in the body. And inflammation is a known enemy of muscle health. It can break down muscle tissue and hinder its repair, making your legs feel weaker and more prone to fatigue. Secondly, the energy roller coaster from these sugar-rich fruits can leave you feeling tired and sluggish shortly after eating them. You might experience that familiar mid-afternoon slump, and when you're low on energy, you're less likely to be active, less likely to go for that walk, or do those leg-strengthening exercises. Over time, reduced activity directly leads to muscle loss, particularly in the legs, because if you don't use it, you lose it. Our leg muscles, especially our quadriceps and glutes, are crucial for stability, balance, and the ability to stand and walk independently. If these muscles are constantly inflamed or not receiving consistent, stable energy, they simply can't perform at their best. So, while a small portion of these fruits occasionally might be fine for some, if they're a daily staple and you're consuming large amounts, you might inadvertently be contributing to that feeling of leg weakness. Instead, consider opting for fruits that are lower in sugar and higher in fiber, which helps to slow down sugar absorption. Berries like blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries are fantastic choices, as are apples and pears. They still offer plenty of vitamins, but with a much gentler impact on your blood sugar, providing sustained energy that supports, rather than depletes, your leg strength. Eating a handful of berries or half an apple provides a great burst of nutrients without the dramatic sugar spike. It's about being mindful of portion sizes and choosing fruits that offer a more balanced nutritional profile for your specific needs as a senior. This gentle approach helps keep inflammation down and your energy levels stable, which is key for maintaining and even improving your leg strength. Now, let's move on to another fruit that often gets a free pass because it's so convenient and, again, delicious: grapes. While a handful of grapes can be a lovely snack, They present a similar challenge to mangoes and bananas, but in a slightly different way. Grapes are little bursts of natural sugar, and because they're so small and easy to eat, it's incredibly simple to overdo it. Think about how quickly you can pop a whole bunch of grapes into your mouth without even thinking. A single cup of grapes, which isn't a huge portion, can contain around 23 grams of sugar. This concentrated sugar content, without a lot of fiber to slow down its absorption, leads to a rapid increase in blood glucose levels, just like with the tropical fruits we discussed. These quick sugar spikes and subsequent insulin surges can contribute to chronic inflammation throughout your body. Inflammation, as we've learned, is detrimental to muscle health. It can accelerate muscle breakdown and interfere with muscle repair, making your leg muscles weaker and more susceptible to fatigue and soreness. Imagine your leg muscles as a finely tuned engine. When you introduce a lot of sudden high-octane fuel like concentrated sugar, it can lead to overheating and wear and tear, rather than smooth operation. Furthermore, the constant demand on your pancreas to produce insulin can contribute to insulin resistance over time, which not only impacts muscle health, but can also lead to other metabolic issues that affect your overall energy and vitality. When your body is constantly battling sugar highs and lows, it diverts resources away from crucial functions like muscle maintenance and repair. This means your leg muscles aren't getting the consistent support they need to stay strong and resilient. Instead of reaching for a large bunch of grapes, consider pairing a smaller portion with something that contains protein or healthy fats. For example, a few grapes alongside a small handful of almonds or a slice of cheese can help to slow down sugar absorption and provide a more balanced energy release. This combination helps to stabilize blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and give your muscles the steady fuel they need. This isn't about eliminating grapes entirely, but rather being strategic about how and when you enjoy them, ensuring they support rather than hinder your goal of maintaining strong, capable legs. It's a simple shift that can make a real difference in how your legs feel day to day. Moving beyond fresh fruit, our next category of concern is one that many seniors rely on for convenience and a quick energy boost: dried fruits. Think about raisins, dried cranberries, dried apricots, or even those popular fruit leathers. They seem so innocent, like a concentrated form of health. However, when fruit is dried, its water content is removed, which drastically concentrates its sugars. A small box of raisins, for example, can have the sugar equivalent of a very large serving of fresh grapes, but in a much smaller, easier to overeat package. You could easily consume 20-30 grams of sugar from just a small handful of dried fruit without feeling full at all. The problem here is multi-layered, especially for your leg strength. Firstly, this high concentration of sugar, without the bulky water content to fill you up, means you're consuming a lot of calories and sugar very quickly. This leads to even more pronounced blood sugar spikes than fresh, high-sugar fruits. These dramatic spikes and subsequent crashes are a major contributor to systemic inflammation in the body. When your body is in a state of chronic inflammation, your muscles, including those essential leg muscles, are constantly under attack. This inflammation can break down muscle tissue, slow down repair processes, and simply make your muscles less efficient and weaker. It's like trying to run an engine when some of its parts are constantly corroding. Secondly, the rapid sugar rush, followed by a crash, leaves you feeling drained and fatigued. This isn't the kind of sustained energy that supports daily activity or encourages you to engage in leg-strengthening exercises. When you feel tired, you're less likely to move. And as we know, less movement means less muscle stimulation and ultimately, muscle loss. Consider those moments when you feel a sudden burst of energy after a sweet snack, only to feel utterly exhausted an hour later. That's your body struggling with the sugar roller coaster. For seniors, maintaining muscle mass, especially in the legs, is crucial for mobility, balance, and preventing falls. Anything that contributes to muscle breakdown or reduces the motivation for physical activity is a significant concern. Instead of reaching for dried fruits as a go-to snack, try replacing them with whole, fresh fruits that are lower in sugar and higher in fiber, like berries, apples, or pears. As we discussed, if you really enjoy the sweetness and chewiness, consider very small portions of dried fruit paired with a source of protein and healthy fats, such as a few almonds or walnuts. This combination helps to blunt the sugar spike and provide a more sustained energy release, protecting your muscles and supporting your energy levels. Remember, it's about making smart swaps that genuinely support your body's ability to stay strong and active, not about deprivation. Next up on our list, and perhaps one of the most insidious culprits when it comes to destroying leg strength, are fruit juices. And I mean any fruit juice, even the ones labeled 100% natural or no added sugar. When fruit is juiced, all the wonderful, beneficial fiber is stripped away, leaving behind just the sugar and some vitamins. This means you're essentially drinking a glass of concentrated sugar water. Think about it. It takes several oranges to make one glass of orange juice. You wouldn't sit down and eat 3 or 4 oranges in one go, but you can easily drink a large glass of juice in minutes. A single glass of apple juice, for example, can contain as much sugar as a can of soda, sometimes even more. This liquid sugar hits your bloodstream incredibly fast, triggering a massive insulin response. This constant bombardment of sugar and insulin is a direct pathway to chronic inflammation, which is devastating for your muscles. Inflammation hinders muscle repair, accelerates muscle loss, and contributes to that feeling of weakness and soreness in your legs. Your body is constantly trying to clean up the mess from these sugar spikes, diverting energy and resources away from building and maintaining strong leg muscles. Furthermore, because fruit juice lacks fiber, it doesn't promote satiety. You drink it, and you're hungry again very quickly, often leading to overeating later, which can contribute to weight gain. Excess weight puts additional strain on your leg joints and muscles, making them work harder and increasing the risk of pain and injury, further reducing your willingness and ability to be active. Imagine trying to carry an extra load everywhere you go. Your legs would tire quickly, wouldn't they? That's what excess weight does. For seniors, maintaining strong leg muscles is vital for balance, mobility, and preventing falls. Regularly consuming fruit juice actively works against these goals by promoting inflammation, contributing to muscle breakdown, and potentially adding extra strain from weight gain. Instead of fruit juice, opt for whole fruits. When you eat a whole apple or a handful of berries, you're getting all that precious fiber, which slows down sugar absorption, provides a more sustained energy release, and helps you feel full. If you crave a beverage with flavor, try infusing water with slices of cucumber, lemon, or a few berries for a refreshing and hydrating drink without the sugar overload. This simple swap can make a huge difference in reducing inflammation, stabilizing your blood sugar, and giving your leg muscles the best chance to stay strong and functional for years to come. Then there are canned fruits, especially those packed in heavy syrup. These might seem like a convenient way to get your fruit intake, especially when fresh fruit isn't readily available. But they are often sugar bombs in disguise. While the fruit itself has natural sugars, the heavy syrup is essentially sugar water, and it adds an enormous amount of refined sugar to an already sweet food. A serving of canned peaches in heavy syrup can easily contain 30 grams or more of added sugar, not to mention the fruit's own natural sugar. Consuming these regularly means you're constantly introducing a flood of highly processed sugar into your system. This repeated influx of sugar triggers significant blood sugar spikes, followed by sharp declines, creating that metabolic roller coaster we've talked about. This pattern is incredibly pro-inflammatory, and chronic inflammation is a silent enemy of your muscle health. It directly contributes to the breakdown of muscle tissue, inhibits its repair, and can make your leg muscles feel weak, achy, and less resilient. When your body is in an inflammatory state, it's also less efficient at utilizing nutrients for muscle growth and maintenance, meaning your legs aren't getting the building blocks they need to stay strong. Furthermore, the empty calories from added sugars in canned fruit syrups can contribute to unwanted weight gain. As we discussed, extra body weight puts increased stress on your leg joints and muscles, exacerbating existing weakness and making movement more challenging. It's a vicious cycle where inflammation leads to muscle loss, and extra weight puts more strain on what's left. For seniors, this can significantly impact mobility, balance, and the ability to perform everyday tasks with ease. Instead of canned fruit and syrup, if you must use canned fruit, look for options packed in water or its own juice with no added sugar. Even better, opt for frozen fruits, which are picked at their peak ripeness and flash frozen. locking in nutrients without any added sugars or syrups. They're just as convenient as canned fruit, often more nutritious, and perfect for smoothies or topping yogurt and oatmeal. Choosing these healthier alternatives protects your muscles from the damaging effects of excessive sugar and helps keep your legs strong and ready for action. Our penultimate worst fruit might surprise you, given their reputation for being healthy, especially in certain diet states. Dates are naturally very sweet and incredibly nutrient-dense, offering a good source of fiber, potassium, and other minerals. However, their Achilles heel, particularly for seniors focused on leg strength, is their incredibly high concentration of natural sugars. A single medjool date can contain around 16 grams of sugar. It's easy to eat several dates in one sitting, quickly accumulating a massive sugar load. Just a few dates can easily provide 50 grams or more of sugar. The problem here is similar to dried fruits, but even more pronounced due to their extreme sweetness and easy digestibility. This concentrated sugar hits your bloodstream very rapidly, causing a significant blood sugar spike and a corresponding surge in insulin. As we've consistently emphasized, these repeated sugar surges and insulin spikes are a major driver of chronic inflammation throughout your body. Inflammation, in turn, attacks your muscle tissue, accelerating its breakdown and hindering its ability to repair and rebuild. For your leg muscles, this means a continuous subtle erosion of their strength and resilience. They're constantly fighting an uphill battle against the inflammatory effects of too much sugar. Think about how difficult it is to build a strong house when the foundation is constantly being undermined. That's what high sugar intake can do to your muscles. Additionally, while dates contain fiber, the sheer volume of sugar often outweighs the fiber's ability to slow down absorption effectively when consumed in larger quantities. This can lead to energy crashes, leaving you feeling lethargic and less inclined to engage in physical activity that strengthens your legs. When you're feeling low on energy, the thought of walking, exercising, or even just standing for extended periods can seem daunting, leading to a more sedentary lifestyle, which further weakens leg muscles. For seniors, where every bit of muscle strength counts for maintaining independence and preventing falls, the consistent consumption of high-sugar foods like dates, especially in large portions, can be a silent saboteur of leg power. Instead of making dates a regular snack, consider them a very occasional treat. If you do enjoy them, always pair a small portion, perhaps half a date, with a source of protein and healthy fats, like a few nuts or a dollop of nut butter. This helps to significantly slow down the sugar absorption and provides a more sustained energy release, minimizing the inflammatory impact on your muscles and preserving your leg strength. It's about balance and conscious choices, making sure every bite truly supports your health goals. Finally, the seventh and often overlooked category of worst fruits for your leg strength is really less about a specific fruit and more about a common pitfall: fruits combined with significant added sugars in processed forms. Think about fruit-flavored yogurts, many breakfast cereals with fruit pieces, fruit pastries, or even some fruit smoothies from cafes. While they might contain a bit of real fruit, their primary contribution is often a huge dose of added sugars, high fructose corn syrup, sucrose, dextrose, and so on. These products are cleverly marketed as healthy options, often misleading us into thinking we're making a good choice for our bodies. However, the combination of natural fruit sugars with large amounts of refined added sugars creates a perfect storm for your metabolic health and, consequently, your leg strength. These highly processed sugars are rapidly absorbed, leading to extreme and prolonged blood sugar spikes. This constant sugar overload forces your pancreas to work overtime, leading to insulin resistance and widespread inflammation. This chronic inflammation is like a low-grade fire burning through your body, slowly but surely damaging your cells, including your precious muscle cells. Your leg muscles, which are constantly working to support you, are particularly vulnerable. Inflammation makes it harder for muscle tissue to repair itself after daily activity, accelerates muscle protein breakdown, and generally leaves your legs feeling weaker, less resilient, and more prone to fatigue. Imagine your muscles trying to recover from a long walk, but they're constantly fighting off inflammation caused by your diet. They just can't bounce back effectively. Furthermore, These processed fruit-based items often lack the natural fiber found in whole fruits, which would help to mitigate some of the sugar's impact. Without that fiber, the sugar rush is even more pronounced, leading to energy crashes that reduce your motivation to be active. When you're constantly experiencing energy lows, you're less likely to engage in the walking, stretching, or light exercise that is so vital for maintaining leg strength as you age. This sedentary lifestyle, fueled by poor dietary choices, creates a downward spiral for your mobility and independence. For seniors, every step counts, and every healthy food choice can contribute to maintaining that crucial leg power. The real surprise here is how many of these fruit-based products are lurking in our grocery aisles, masquerading as health foods. The key is to read labels carefully and look for hidden added sugars. If sugar, syrup, or corn syrup is among the first few ingredients, it's best to avoid it. Instead, choose plain Greek yogurt and add your own fresh berries, or opt for whole grain cereals with real fruit on top. Make your own smoothies using whole fruits, a source of protein like unsweetened yogurt or protein powder, and healthy fats like avocado or chia seeds. By making these informed choices, you're not just avoiding a sugar bomb, you're actively protecting your muscles from inflammation, ensuring your body has stable energy, and giving your legs the best possible chance to stay strong and functional, allowing you to live your best life, full of movement and independence, for many years to come. So, we've walked through the 7 fruits and fruit-related products that can secretly be undermining your leg strength. High-sugar tropical fruits like mangoes and bananas when consumed in large portions, the concentrated sugars in grapes, the deceptive convenience of dried fruits, the liquid sugar rush of fruit juices, the added sugars in canned fruits and syrup, the intense sweetness of dates, and finally, the hidden sugar traps in many processed fruit-flavored items. It might feel a bit overwhelming, realizing that some of your go-to healthy choices could be working against you. But remember, the goal here isn't to scare you away from all fruit. Far from it. It's about making smart, informed choices that truly nourish your body and support your incredible journey through life. The key takeaway is understanding how excess sugar, especially in concentrated forms, contributes to chronic inflammation and energy instability, both of which are detrimental to muscle health and overall leg strength. We need our muscles, especially in our legs, to be strong and resilient for everything from walking to maintaining balance and preventing falls. Every small step you take to reduce inflammation and stabilize your energy through mindful eating will contribute significantly to stronger, more capable legs. And that surprising thing I mentioned at the beginning, it's this. Sometimes, the very things we've been taught are healthy, or the habits we've carried for years, can actually be holding us back. But the good news, the truly powerful secret, is that you have the power to change it. Your body is incredibly resilient, and even small adjustments to your diet can yield remarkable improvements in how you feel and how strong your legs become. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Start with just one swap this week. Maybe you'll replace your morning fruit juice with a glass of water infused with fresh lemon. Or swap that handful of dried fruit for some berries and a few nuts. These aren't drastic changes, but they accumulate into something truly powerful over time. Remember, every step you take towards healthier eating is a step towards greater independence, better balance, and more joyful movement. Your legs are your foundation, your connection to the world around you. By nourishing them with the right foods and avoiding those that cause inflammation and energy crashes, you're investing in your freedom to move, to explore, and to fully enjoy all that life has to offer. Don't let those seemingly innocent fruits hold you back from living your most vibrant life. We'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any differences in your energy or leg strength when you change your fruit intake? Share your experiences or any questions you have in the comments below. Your insights could help so many others in our wonderful community. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, as it really helps our channel reach more people who can benefit from this advice. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our future videos, packed with more tips to help you live your best life at every age. Keep moving, keep thriving, and keep those legs strong.